Okay. Scroll up so I can see. There we go. Okay, everybody. My name's Diane from Planet Granite Santa Clara, California. And today we're going to do a 1-hour power yoga class. We'll start right at 3, so in about 4 minutes. If you have 2 blocks and a strap, feel free to grab them. If you don't, that's okay. I'll be flowing without props, but it's always nice to have a little bit of extra foundation with blocks. We'll be doing some low lunges, so you can grab those if you'd like. And then, like I said, we'll be doing some lunging. So if you have any sensitive knees, maybe grab a blanket to place in the center of your mat. So when you lower to your hands and knees, you have some padding on the knees. This is going to be a power yoga class. So we'll move a little bit quicker than we would in a typical vinyasa class. And we might not hold as long as you normally would. But as always, go at your own pace. You're welcome to go at a pace that suits you. When I offer taking a vinyasa, you're always welcome to go into child's pose or straight into downward facing dog. And you should never feel any pain. So you shouldn't be pushing yourself to a point of pain. You also shouldn't be pushing yourself to where you can't control your breath. So just because you might not be matching my pace doesn't mean you're not getting a workout. And we'll be playing with some transitions today during our flow, where we might be moving from one pose to another. So try and do that mindfully. Try and use your breath to help guide that transition rather than momentum, like flinging yourself from one side to the other. So just be mindful of that. Sometimes slowing it down can be harder than moving at a fast pace. So like I said, if you have 2 blocks and a strap available, go ahead and grab those. Otherwise, it's okay. If you have sensitive knees, it might be nice to have a blanket or a little extra padding underneath the knees. You can place it at the center of your mat for when you need that. And we're going to focus a lot on hips today. The last few classes I've done were kind of aimed more at the core and shoulders, doing a lot of planks, stuff like that. Today we're going to work more the hips. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And we'll begin in just a couple minutes. As I said, this is going to be a 1-hour power yoga class. We'll move a little quicker and not hold poses as long. But the same concepts apply as any other vinyasa flow class or any type of yoga class. You move with your breath. You do what feels good. Your pace does not need to match my pace. And you should never push yourself to pain. The last few classes I've done have been focused more on core and shoulders, like upper body. Today we're going to focus more on the hips. We'll be moving and doing some fun transitions. So just be mindful with those transitions. Let the breath guide you rather than momentum. Often when we pick up the speed, we then get more momentum, and that isn't necessarily a good thing. We want to still make sure our muscles are the things that are moving us. All right, and we'll start in just 1 minute. Go ahead and be in a comfortable seat. We'll begin sitting down. We'll be here just for a few breaths before we get to moving. For the sake of this class, for orientation-wise, like I said, we'll be playing with some transitions. The front of my mat will be the plants. The back of my mat will be towards the aloe. I'll cue the best I can. If you get mixed up, just go from one leg to the other leg. All right, and we'll start sitting in a comfortable seat. Hands can be on your lap. Hands can be on your knees or at heart center. Go ahead and close the eyes or have a soft gaze. And just notice sensations in your body. Notice where your breath is at, whether it's fast-paced, deep, slow, shallow. If you have 2 blocks and a strap, those will be props that'll help you. Otherwise, it's okay if you don't. Again, you don't need to match my pace, but try and move with the class. You can always take child's pose or downward facing dog at any time. Good, and before we go, get to flowing. Just breathe in and breathe out. But notice your hips. Go to that area. Notice if they're tight, if they're sore, if they're open. Again, we'll be targeting our hips today during this flow. It's always good to check in with the body before a flow, during, and after a flow. So hold on to this feeling. And then from here, with hands at heart center, bowing your head, go ahead and set an intention for your practice. As we move, we often use our breath to help focus, but setting an intention and recalling that throughout your practice is a great way to focus the mind as well. It can be a personal intention or dedicating your practice to another. Good. From here, go ahead and flutter the eyes open. We're going to start on our backs. So the front of my mat, have your head facing the back of your mat, feet towards the front of the mat as you lower down to your spine. Now from here, we're going to make our knees at a 90-degree angle. So pick up the feet, but don't hug your knees. Have your feet up, legs, shins parallel with the floor, knees at a 90-degree angle. Feet can be together or hip distance apart. Bring the arms out to a T. Now again, using our breath to move us, not momentum, we'll do this slowly and together. Take an inhale, and on an exhale, move your knees to the right in 3, 2, 1. Pause there. Inhale, raise back up. 1, 2, 3. Pause here. Exhale, knees to the left. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back up. 1, 2, 3. Good. 2 more times each side. Exhaling to the right. Trying to move at a slower pace so that you're not using momentum. Hold here. Inhale, back up. Good. Once you're at center, exhale the knees to the left. Trying to keep the knees at a 90-degree angle. Don't have the knees come to the chest. Good. Inhaling back up to center. One last time each side. Exhale, knees to the right. Trying to move slowly. Good. Inhale back up to center, taking your time. And then last one, exhale the knees to the left. Taking time. Inhale, rise back up to center. Good. From here, just give your knees a hug to the chest. And then have the legs straight together, feet facing the ceiling. Toes can be flexed or you can point them, whichever feels best. Hands alongside the body, palms facing down. From here, we're going to move slowly as we exhale the right foot down in 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot about 2 inches above the floor and hover for 3, 2, 1. Inhale slowly back up. 1, 2, 3. Exhale the left foot down. 3, 2, 1. A couple inches above the ground, hover for 1, 2, 3. Raise that left foot back up slowly. Good. Once your left foot comes to the top, lower the right foot down, but slow. Take some time. And then a couple inches above the floor, hover the right foot for 1, 2, 3. Inhale slowly back up. 3, 2, 1. Exhale the left leg down slowly. Good. Taking your time, pushing the palms into the floor, sucking the belly button to the spine. Hold the left foot for 3, 2, 1, and raise back up slowly. Good. Our last one each side. Slowly lower the right leg down. Hover about 2 inches above the ground and hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale slowly back up. And then exhale the left foot down. Hovering a couple inches above the floor for 3, 2, 1. Slowly raise that foot back up. Good. Once your foot comes to center, bring the knees to the chest. For a brief second, just give yourself a hug. Crossing ankles, rolling onto hands and knees, stepping back into a plank. You can hold your plank or lower knees, chest, chin to the floor. Up to a baby cobra. Exhale, seat to heels, downward facing dog. You're always welcome to take a chaturanga, knees, chest, chin, or hold a plank before going to a downward facing dog. Now from our downward facing dog, we'll lower onto our hands and our knees. Coming to hands and knees, palms flat, fingers spread, knees are hip distance apart. Extend the right leg out. You can keep the toes on the floor or raise the foot up. From here, exhale to a push-up. Inhale, raise back up. As you exhale, curl the knee to the chest, hunching and rounding. Inhale, bring that right leg back. Exhale, do a push-up. Inhale, come back up, rounding the spine, bringing knee to nose. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, push the right leg back. Exhale, do a push-up. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend the right leg out. Exhale, do a push-up. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Good. Come back to the right toes on the floor. Bring the right knee back and briefly push back to a child's pose. From here, rise back up to hands and knees. Extend the left leg out. Toes can remain on the ground or pick the toes up. Exhale, do a push-up. Inhale, rise back up. As you exhale, bring knee to nose. Inhale, extend the left leg out. Exhale, do a push-up. Inhale, raise back up, knee to nose. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, extend the left leg out. Exhale, do a push-up. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one. Kick the left leg out. Exhale, do a push-up. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Extend the left leg out and bring that knee to the floor and come to a child's pose. Take 1 breath in and 1 breath out. Rise back onto hands and knees. Bring the right foot between the hands, coming into a low lunge. From here, raise the arms up. Our right knee is over our right ankle. We're in a low lunge. Shoulders are not hugging the ears. Shoulders are down the back. Take the right hand and grab the left wrist. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, come back up. Grab the left, use the left hand, grab the right wrist. As you exhale, lean to the right. Good. Inhale, come back up. Hands to heart center. As you exhale, hook and twist the left arm to the right leg. Hold here for 1 breath. Unwind. Place the hands on the ground. Step back into a plank. Hold your plank. Lower knees, chest, chin. Or take a chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. From our down dog, lower to our hands and knees. Step the left foot forward, coming into that low lunge. Left knee over left ankle. Raise the arms up. We're not shrugging shoulders. Draw the shoulders down. Really squeeze the right glute and try and bring the belly button to the spine. From here, grab the left hand with the right wrist. As you exhale, lean towards the left. Inhale, rise back up. Switch hands. Right hand grabs left wrist. As you exhale, lean towards the right. Good. Inhale, raise back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, twist, hooking right arm to left knee for a low lunge twist. Take a breath here. Good. Return back, framing the front foot, step back into a plank. Take a vinyasa of your choice, and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Good. In this downward facing dog, we'll hold here. Palms are on the floor, fingers are spread. Feet are hip distance or wider. Heels can touch the ground or knees can be bent. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. From here, right foot between the hands, rising up to a high lunge. Arms are up. Again, shoulders are drawn down the back, right knee over right ankle. We're going to come up with a straight leg and back down, but keep the whole time the back leg straight. So inhale, straighten the right knee. Exhale, rebend it, keeping the back leg straight. Inhale, straighten the right foot. Exhale, rebend it. Good. 2 more. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, rebend it. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend and hold. Back leg is straight, right leg is bent. Suck the belly button to the spine, draw the shoulders down the back. Chin is parallel. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Hands to heart center, folding over, step back. Take a vinyasa of your choice. We'll come to downward facing dog and do the other side. Good. From our downward facing dog, left foot comes between the hands, rise up in that high lunge. Back leg stays straight, arms overhead. Again, shrugging arms away, or shoulders away from ears. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend the front knee. Back leg is straight. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend. Good. 2 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend the front. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend, and hold. Squeezing the right glute, belly button to the spine, chin parallel, shoulders away from ears. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hands to heart center, frame the front foot, step back to a plank, and do a vinyasa of your choice. Good, all meeting in downward facing dog. Now the next one will transition. We'll do it a few times, but again, move with breath rather than momentum, even if you're moving a little slower. From your downward facing dog, inhale, bring the right foot up, coming to that high lunge. Make sure our right knee is over the back, or the right ankle. We're lifting the left kneecap up to engage that quad, pushing the heel away for this high lunge. Bring the hands up. Good. Exhale, hands to heart center as you twist, hooking the right knee, moving slow. Good. Inhale, rise back up, arms up. Exhale, bring the arms behind you as you hover over that right thigh. Good. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale as we bend the arms and lower to that left knee. Inhale, straighten arms, coming back to your high lunge. We're going to do that 2 more times. Exhale, hands to heart center as we twist and hook, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, arms behind you as you fold over the right thigh. Inhale, back to a high lunge. Exhale, bend the arms, bend the knees, left knee to ground. Inhale, rise back up to a high lunge. Last one. Exhale, hands to heart center, twisting, hooking. Inhale, straight arms back up. Exhale, arms behind you as you fold forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend arms, bend knee, knee to ground. Inhale, straighten arms coming to that high lunge. Exhale, fold over the front foot, step back into a plank. You can take a vinyasa of your choice. And we'll all meet in down dog doing the other side. Again, moving at your pace, letting the breath do the movement rather than momentum. You might be feeling it in that right thigh and that right hip. Breathe here, 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, left foot between the hands, coming up into that high lunge. Left knee over left ankle. Right kneecap pulling up, engaging that right thigh as we push the heel back. Good. Arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center as we twist and hook right elbow to left knee. Inhale, arms straight, rise back up, high lunge. Exhale, fold forward, arms behind the back, hovering over the left thigh. Inhale, arms back up, high lunge. Exhale, bend the arms as you bend both knees, lowering to the ground. Inhale, straighten arms as you straighten that back leg. Exhale, hands to heart center as you hook and twist. Inhale, straighten arms, rise back, high lunge. Exhale, arms behind the back as you fold forward. Good. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, bend arms, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten the back leg as you straighten the arms. Last one. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist and hook. Inhale, back to your high lunge. Exhale, arms behind you as you fold over the left leg. Inhale, raise back up, high lunge. Exhale, bend elbows, bend the knees. Inhale, raise back up to that high lunge. Exhale, folding forward, planting hands. Step back, take a vinyasa of your choice, and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Again, letting breath guide. Good. Take 2 more breaths in your downward facing dog. Reconnect with breath. Recall your intention. From here, bend the knees, look forward. You can hop or walk to the front of the sticky mat, folding over the legs. Inhale, fingertips to the shins, look up. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale, bend our knees as we lift our arms overhead, coming to a chair. Exhale, raising up, hands at heart center. All right, inhale, raise the arms up as you bend the knees. Exhale, fold over to Uttanasana. Inhale, fingertips to shins. Exhale, deepen your fold. Plant your hands. You can step back to plank as you lower down, or exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, knowing you can always do knees, chest, chin, hold plank, or just push into a down dog. From here, bring the right foot forward, plant the back heel as you rise up to a warrior 2. Flip the palms, reverse your warrior. Exhale, back to a warrior 2. Frame the front foot as you lower down, stepping back into a plank, holding here or taking your vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. Good. From your downward facing dog, left foot comes through, back heel plants, raise up to a warrior 2. Flip the palms, reverse your warrior. Come back to a warrior 2. Plant the hands, step back, holding your plank or going through a vinyasa of your choice. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. All right. From our downward facing dog, take 1 more breath here. And again, moving with breath rather than momentum through this next little flow. Bring the right foot forward, coming into that high lunge. Coming into a runner's lunge. So right foot forward, right knee bent, hands alongside the body, back leg is straight. From here, we're going to pivot our right toes towards the front of the mat as we lower down to a side squat. Good. Come back up, frame the front foot. From here, take the right toes, point them to the right corner of the mat as you roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. Good. Come back to center. Runner's lunge, coming back to that side squat. Right toes to the left corner of the mat as you roll into this side squat. Taking a moment here. Hands are at heart center or on the floor. Heel of the left foot is on the floor, toes are up or pointing to the floor. You can be on the toes or the heel of this back one. Good. From here, we're going to do a side squat to the back of our mat with hands on the floor at heart center as we pivot to the other side. Bringing the toes of the right foot up. Good. 1 breath here. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're coming to a low lunge on the back of our mat. Hands on the floor as we come onto the balls of our right foot. Left knee bent, runner's lunge. From here, step back to a plank. We're coming into a side plank. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot as you lift the left leg on top of that. You can always drop to a knee. You're holding here, knee on the floor or both legs straight. Otherwise, left arm over the ears. And then on an exhale, we bring elbow to knee. Good. 1 more. Elbow to knee. Coming back to your plank. Bring the left foot for that runner's lunge. Bring the left toes to the right of that mat as you come into that side squat. Holding here for a breath to catch your hand placement. Hands are at heart center or the floor. As you go into a side squat, back to the front of your mat. From here, bring the hands to the floor so you're back in that right foot runner's lunge. Good. We're going to do that one more time. Right toes face the left corner coming into that side squat. Come back to center for that runner's lunge. Right toes face the right side of the mat as you lower on the outer edge of the left foot. Coming back to center. Right toes face the left side of the mat, rolling into that side squat. Staying here to find your hand placement as you then move to the side squat in the back of your mat. Staying here for hand placement, one more breath. Good. From here, coming into that left leg, runner's lunge. Good. Planting our hands down, step back into your plank. Coming into our side plank, roll to the outer edge of that right foot or bring your knee to the floor. Hand on the hip or up. Pick up the left leg, left arm over the ear, do a crunch, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Lower the left leg, come back to your plank. Left foot through the hands for that runner's lunge. Left toes to the right of the mat as you roll to the goddess or the side squat. From here, picking the hand placement as we move to a side squat to the other side, the front of the mat. Coming into that right runner's lunge. Stepping back into a plank. Take a vinyasa of your choice or meet in downward facing dog. We'll do the other side. And in your downward facing dog, take 3 breaths here. Again, you can always take a child's pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Reconnect with breath. Recall your intention. All right, from here, from your downward facing dog, left foot comes through, coming into that runner's lunge. And from here, we'll play with our side squat. Left toes face the left side of the mat. Left toes face the right as you roll into that side squat. Come back to that runner's lunge. Left toes towards the left corner as you roll on the outer edge of that right foot. Come back to the runner's lunge. Coming back to our side squat, right toes face the right corner as we roll into that side squat. Holding here so we can find hand placement at heart center or on hands on the floor as we then move to a side squat to the back of our mat. Good. Staying here. We then come into a runner's lunge, right foot on the back of the mat. From here, step back into plank. Coming into our side plank, roll into the outer edge of the left foot. Again, drop that left knee. Right hand can remain on hip or up overhead. Right leg can come up. Right arm over right ear and do a crunch, knee to elbow. Good. One more, knee to elbow. Placing that hand down, coming into your plank. Bring the left foot back into that runner's lunge. Coming into that side squat, place the left toes so that you're in the side squat. As you then come to the front of your mat. I'm backwards. At our front of our mat, you're in the left foot runner's lunge. All right. From here, right toes or left toes to the right side of the mat for the side squat. Come back to your left foot runner's lunge. Left toes to the left corner as you roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Come back to the runner's lunge. Good. From here, go into your side squat. Find your hand placement as you then move to a side squat to the back of the mat. Good. From here, finding your placement, framing the right foot to that runner's lunge. Stepping back into a plank, roll on the outer edge of that left hand, coming to the left knee or both legs stacked, right arm overhead or over the ear as you then exhale to a crunch. Inhale, exhale, knee to elbow. Coming back to your plank. Bring the right foot forward for that runner's lunge. Come back into your side squat. Right toes to the left of the mat. Find your hand placement as you then come to a side squat to the front of the mat. Place the hands down. Roll into your plank. Good, we're going to do that one more time. We're done. Roll into your plank. Take your downward dog or your vinyasa. Sorry, guys. Just breathe in and breathe out. Good, we're all going to meet in a downward facing dog. From here, bring the right foot forward, coming up to a warrior two. So the back leg, we're pushing into the outer edge of the left foot. Arms are at a T, gaze is over the right fingers. Now from here, on an inhale, we'll bring the arms up as we straighten the front leg. Exhale, hands through prayer, bending the front knee as you straighten the arms. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, straighten legs, straighten arms. Exhale, hands through prayer as you rebend the front knee, arms to a T. Last one. Inhale, straighten legs, straighten arms. Exhale, bend the front knee, coming back to a warrior two. From this warrior two, stay here for one more breath. Good. Flip the palms, reverse the warrior. Come back to a warrior two. Hands to the waist as we straighten the front leg. From here, we're just going to pivot coming into a goddess. So my legs are wide. My toes are pointing to the corners of the mat. Hands on your waist as you bend the knees. Good. Try not to hunch forward. You can place the hands on the thighs so that you're more upright. Bring the tailbone down. Staying here, or arms up. Inhale, lift the left the left heel up, bring it down. Lift the right heel up, bring it down. Staying here, or on an inhale, lifting both heels off the ground and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down, straighten the legs, hands to the waist. Coming into warrior two on our left, so back of the mat. Just bring the left toes forward as you bring the back foot to that 45-degree angle, bending the left knee, coming into warrior two. You can readjust your stance. Try not to surf. Left knee bent towards the back of the mat, arms at a T, warrior two. From here, straighten the front leg as you straighten the arms. Exhale, hands through heart center as you rebend the left knee. Inhale, straighten legs, straighten arms. Exhale, hands through center as you rebend the front knee. One more time. Inhale, straighten legs, straighten arms. Exhale, bend to warrior two. Holding this warrior two, one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Flip the palms. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Good. Coming back to a warrior two. Straighten the front leg, hands to the waist. Turn the toes so they're parallel, coming to a wide-legged fold. Wide-legged stance. From here, coming into our goddess, bring the toes out, heels in towards each other. Bend the knees. Hands at your waist or hands up. Just make sure we're not folding forward. Bring the tailbone down, make that spine nice and straight like you're on a wall behind you. From here, lift the heels off the ground and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to the waist, straighten legs, straighten arms. Rebend the front knee, the right knee, bringing the hands to the mat. Take a vinyasa, stepping into a plank, or go to your downward facing dog. Good. Taking a moment in your down dog, reconnect with breath, recall your intention. Working the hips, building up some heat. From here, we're going to play with standing split and half moon. If you have blocks and you'd like them, go ahead and grab them. Otherwise, right foot comes between the hands and just rise up to a warrior two. From here, to come into a high lunge, right knee bent. Now again, coming into that standing split, we're going to bring the hands to the ground as we work on straightening the front leg and straightening the left leg. Folding forward. Again, hands can be on block. It's okay if the standing leg is a little bit bent. From here, we're going to squat. So you're going to bend the left knee, bring it on the outside of the right foot, staying up, and then inhale back to a standing split. Do that 2 more times. Bend both knees, bringing the left knee outside the right. Inhale, straighten the legs to a standing split. 1 more. Bend both knees, bringing that right knee or the left knee outside the right leg. Inhale, come back to your standing split. Good. Now from here, we're going to place the hands on the floor as we bend the front knee. Bring that right knee to the outer edge of that right foot. The left knee to the outer edge of that right foot as we sit back, preparing for a seated spinal twist. So my right foot is outside the left knee. You can stay here or straighten the left leg. Place the right hand behind you. Lift the left arm up as you hug or hook, twisting to the right. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. From here, recenter. Cross the ankles, roll onto hands and knees, step back into a plank. You can take a vinyasa of your choice or come into a downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side. From this downward facing dog, left foot comes forward, plant the back as you rise up to a warrior 2. Come onto the ball of the back foot for a high lunge. Again, coming into our standing splits, you can grab blocks. Otherwise, bring the hands to the floor as you kick up the right leg. You can have the left knee bent, hands on a block, or you can work on straightening the left leg. In the standing split, from here, bend both knees as you bring the right knee to the outside of the left leg. Hover here. Inhale, come back to your standing split. Exhale, bending both knees, bringing the right knee to the outside of the left foot, coming back up. Good. 1 more time. Bending both knees, right knee outside of the left leg. Hold here. Inhale, come back up. From here, come back into your high lunge. Place your hands on the, left foot forward in that runner's lunge. We'll just bring the right knee outside that left foot as you sit down for the seated spinal twist. So my left foot is on the outside of my right knee. If you want, you can straighten the right leg. Otherwise, left hand behind your back, right arm up as you hug or hook that left knee twisting to the left. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. So again, you can build heat by doing a bunch of sun salutations, like kind of my first few practices, we were moving through a lot of suns. Or like today, you can kind of slow and move with the breath and still get that kind of heat and sweat. Good. From here, turn back to center, cross the ankles, roll onto hands and knees, step back into a plank. You can go through a vinyasa of your choice or go to downward facing dog. All right, in our downward facing dog, we're going to come and prepare for half moon. So if you know you want to block, go ahead and grab that. Otherwise, right foot comes forward, coming up to a high lunge. From this high lunge, just bring the left hand to the waist, right hand up. As you begin to bring the right hand about a foot in front of your face, bending the right knee as you lift the left leg up parallel. Now work on straightening that right leg or having your right hand on a block. The left toes are pointing to the side of the mat. You're staying here for 1 more breath. Now from here, Bend the top knee. Grab the inside edge of the foot. So the big toe side, grab that. Staying here for one more breath. As you bend the knee, we're going to come up to a rise. So bending the front knee, come up to standing. So I'm grabbing the inside of my left foot with my left hand. I'm now going to exhale, kick into a dancer. Shaking's okay. Good. Return back to center. Rebend the right knee as you place the hand down, coming back to your half moon. Taking your time, doing it in steps if it's not flowing. Hand on the waist, rebend the front knee, plant the hand down, step back into a plank. Lower down through a vinyasa of your choice, coming back to your downward facing dog. We'll do the left side. Left foot comes in, coming to a high lunge. Left knee bent, right leg straight. Preparing for the half moon. Hands on the waist as you bring the left hand about a foot in front of your face. Again, the left hand can come to a block. It's okay if the left knee is bent. Try and straighten the right leg, toes pointing to the side. From here, bend the top leg. Grabbing the big toe side, the inside of that foot. You can kick in there, getting a little mini back bend. And then on your next inhale, bend the standing leg as you rise up. You're grabbing the right inside of the foot with your right hand. On your exhale, kick into a dancer. Good. Hold here for a couple breaths. Shaking's okay. You can use a strap if needed, or stay more upright. And then from here, bending the left leg as we bring the left hand back to the floor, releasing the top hand, coming into our half moon. Good. From here, bend the left leg as you step back, lowering into a plank, taking a vinyasa of your choice. Otherwise, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Good. From downward facing dog, come onto your hands and knees. Sit onto your bottom and come into a butterfly. Soles of the feet are together. From here, we're going to play with compass and an arm balance, the 8-angle pose. Do any step along the way. The first step is butterfly. Staying here, grabbing the right foot with the left hand, cradling that foot as you just do baby rocks. So my right foot is being cradled by both my arms, and I'm just rocking the hip. Stay here. Otherwise, grab the outside edge of the right foot with the left hand. Place the right hand so that knee is right above the shoulder. Palm flat on the floor as you work on straightening the right leg and looking out at your left armpit for compass pose. I'm going to pivot so you can see. Good. Now from compass, let go of that foot and readjust. So try and bring the right knee, hooking it as close to the shoulder as you can. Bring the palms to the side of your hips. Palms are flat, fingers are spread. From here, go ahead and lift up, taking the left foot so it's crossing as you chaturanga your arms, coming into 8-angle pose. From here, return back to your bottom. You can actually chaturanga from there to a vinyasa of your choice. So you can come back to your bottom and chaturanga, or if you know that transition, it's facing the wrong way. Coming back. Don't think, just move quickly, bending the arms to chaturanga as you work on stepping back and lowering down. You can play with that transition if you'd like on the other side. Anyways, we're all returning back to center, coming to your butterfly position. We'll do the other side. Staying in your butterfly, or picking up the left foot, cradling the left leg in those arms, rocking side to side. If you can't quite cradle, you can just sit upright, grab the outside edge with your right hand and support that left leg. Good. From here, we're going to play with compass. Bringing the right knee just above that left arm or left shoulder. Taking the outside edge of the left foot with your right hand. Left hand is out extended, palm flat, fingers spread. From here, work on straightening the left leg as you turn and look outside the right armpit. Breathing here. It's okay if that knee is bent. Try and straighten the spine, look out. Good. From here, return back to center. Coming into the arm balance, playing with compass, butterfly, or rocking that baby. Readjust so that the left leg is above the left shoulder. Palms are flat, fingers spread alongside the hips. As you inhale, lift up, bring the right ankle over the left as you bend the arms, chaturanga, extending the legs out. Again, you can inhale, come back to a rise, swinging the legs behind you, stepping back to a chaturanga, taking a vinyasa of your choice. Otherwise, everyone will meet in a child's pose. So knees together or wide as you fold forward into your child's pose. Just taking a minute to connect with breath and recall your intention. Good. From here, rise up to hands and knees. Hands are shoulder distance apart, fingers spread. Knees are hip distance apart. Lower down to forearms. Make sure that your elbows are directly under the shoulder and the shoulder distance apart. Palms are flat, fingers are spread. From here, tuck the back toes and come into dolphin. Now you can stay in dolphin, lifting one leg up and one leg down, working on your core. If you have a block, place it between your hands, the index finger and the thumbs. Otherwise, play with coming into forearm balance. Walking the feet towards the torso, lift one leg up, bend the other knee, and kick. Taking your time to find your balance. Good, and if you've come up, switch feet. Again, we're here for about 5 more breaths. So play with both sides. Play in dolphin or take a much longer child's pose, whatever's calling you to you today. Good, one more breath wherever you're at. And then everyone come back to a child's pose. From our child's pose, we'll come to lying on our back for our back bending. So soles of the feet are on the ground, laying flat on the back. Make sure the feet are hip distance apart. They can be a little wider too. And you can graze your heels with your fingertips. If you don't touch, that's okay. That's just, we want the feet close to the body. From here, arms alongside the body, palms facing down. Push into your hands as you lift your booty, lower and middle back off the floor. Clasping the hands under the back or grabbing the outside edges of your mat. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs, coming into your bridge. Hold here for 3 more breaths. Good. On your next inhale, release whatever you're holding on to. Exhale, lower down. We're doing 1 more back bend. So keep the feet together, feet on the ground. You can knock the knees together or windshield wiper to release tension in the lower back. Good. Place the feet back on the floor, hip distance apart, parallel. Before we do our back bend, bring your hands to heart center. Recall your intention. Think of someone you love. Now from here, you can come into your bridge, palms down, arms alongside the body, pushing into the palms, or fingertips along the shoulders. On your inhale, push up to your wheel. Thinking of the person you love or your intention. See if that can lift you just a little bit higher, squeezing glutes, squeezing thighs. Holding here for 3 more breaths. Good. Now whether you're in bridge or wheel, if you're in wheel, let go of what you're holding onto and exhale, lower down. Or sorry, if you're in bridge, do that. If you're in wheel, tuck your chin as you lower down. Now from here, go ahead and hug the knees to the chest. And just rock side to side. Good, rest here. Reconnect with breath. My video's been looking a little glitchy every time I look at the screen, so I'm hoping the stream isn't choppy, but if it is, apologies for that. All right, from here, we're going to rock up to a seat. Now you can rock the length of your mat, or if you're like me, you can just kind of pop up to a seat, whatever feels good. And we'll come into a forward fold. Feet are together or hip distance apart, toes are flexed pointing towards us. Place the hands alongside the hips and push into the ground. Pinching the shoulder blades together and drawing them down the back. Your chest is going to puff a little. Make sure the chin is parallel to the floor. If your knees are bent, that's okay. Wherever you're at with a straight spine, just begin to walk the hands forward, using a strap along the balls of the feet or grabbing your toes. Again, bent knees is okay. We're targeting the lower back, so we want a straight spine. Toes are flexed to your forward fold. Just stay here. Again, okay if the knees are bent, just try and keep the spine straight. Good. From here, go ahead and release what you're holding onto and gently walk back up. Where your knees are, place the soles of your feet. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Coming into tabletop, bring your hands behind you, fingers facing the front of the mat, or if you have wrist or shoulder issues, fingers facing the side. From here, inhale, lift up. Chin is tucked, looking down the body, or release the head. Wherever you're at, we're holding for 10. I'm going to count down seconds, not breaths. 10, 9, 8. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower down. Bring the heels together, coming to your butterfly. We're going to come into a Tadasana. So go ahead and push the feet away from the body, soles of the feet together so that you're more in a diamond shape. Grabbing just below the knees or the ankles. This time with a round back, go ahead and fold forward, bringing forehead to the heels. Having a non-judgmental approach to your practice. Again, just if you can't lower that far down, place the hands outside the knees and just begin to lower. Maybe this is your fold. Maybe this is your fold. Just find your fold. Good. Now from here, take the hands outside of the thighs and just push your knees together. We'll play with boat. From here, feet on the ground, hands behind the thighs. Keeping the spine straight, bring the legs parallel to the mat. Staying here, or arms out, palms facing up. Spine is straight, we're not hunching. Good. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower to a low boat. Straighten legs, coming up. Head, feet off the shoulder, or off the mat. Good. 1 more breath here. Come back to your boat. Plant the feet on the ground and just come to your back. We'll do some supine spinal twists before our Savasana. So laying flat on your back, both legs straight in front of you. Hug the right knee to the chest. Your left leg is straight, the toes are flexed. Left hand on the left hip. And from here, go ahead and straighten the right leg up. If you have a strap, put it around the ball of the foot. You can also peace finger the right toes. But what we don't want is to roll onto our hips. So keep the left hand on that left hip. If you don't have a strap, just grab outside the thigh or the shin. From here, bring the knee towards the head. You can lift the head and shoulders off the floor if you'd like, or keep them on the ground. Just get a nice little stretch. Again, you're either peace fingering, using a strap, or grabbing behind the thigh or the shin. Good. 1 more breath here. If your head was up, lower back down. Keep that right leg nice and straight. From here, we're going to bring the right foot towards the left. Rolling towards the left, the right arm comes to a T. Now, if your right leg is straight, you're getting a nice IT band stretch. If that's too much, just bend that right knee, using the left hand, trying to bring the knee to the floor. So our right leg is over our left. We're rolling towards the left. Head is up or gazing over the right hand. Good. 1 more breath here. And then return back to your spine. Hug your knee. And then lower that leg down. Just pause here for a second. Good. And then from here, we'll lift the left leg up, hugging the left knee towards the left armpit. Right hand on the right hip. You can either grab a strap, peace finger the big toes, and straighten that left leg. Again, if you don't have a strap, you can also just grab behind the left thigh. Now from here, your right leg is straight and the toes are flexed. As we bring the left knee towards our head, you can keep the head and shoulders on the floor, or you can lift the head and shoulders up. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Hand to big toe on our back. From here, lower back down. And then we're going to take the left leg as we roll to the right. The left leg is straight. We're getting a nice IT band stretch. If that's too much, just bend the left knee, bringing the left knee towards the floor. Arm is out, left arm is out, gazes over the left shoulder or up at the ceiling. Good. Couple more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, roll back, hug the knee, and extend the leg out. We're coming into Savasana. Try not to skip your Savasana. Try not to rush out of it. This pose is about surrendering and letting go. Do not rob yourself of that practice. It's the one pose everyone wants to rush out and leave, but it's the one pose that can teach us so much about letting go. So let's practice letting go. Let go of your breath. No longer control it. Let go of your body. Just let the muscles fall. And our mind would not be a mind without thoughts, but we can let go of those too. As the thoughts rush through our head, just like a big boulder in the middle of a river, you're steady, you're strong, and you're still. You don't get swept away by the river. You don't get swept away by the thoughts. You're a witness to those thoughts. Practice letting go. Practice your Savasana for a few more breaths. No need to rush this pose. Staying in your Savasana. We worked our hips today. We did a little arm balance. And we did our best to move with breath rather than momentum. This practice can give us a lot for our body. And it can also benefit our mind. That's why poses like Savasana are so important. They calm the mind. They reset the body back to neutral. Neutral is the middle path. And the middle path is what we seek in yoga. That's why I love Savasana so much. Now I encourage you to stay a little longer if you can. If you want to end on time, listen to my words as I cue you out. Otherwise, just let my words flow over you as you stay in your Savasana. From here, make your next inhale a little deeper. Wiggle toes, wiggle the fingers. Take a nice big stretch, arms overhead like you're waking up in the morning. Hug the knees to the chest and just hug yourself for a couple breaths. Again, we don't want to rush out of anything. Then from here, bring the right arm overhead as you roll to the right. Remain in that fetal position for a couple of breaths. Very calm, neutral, comforting position. And then in your own time, push into your hands, come back to a seat. We'll end how we began in a comfortable seat. Or you're staying in your Savasana. Hands in your lap or on the knees, or bring the hands to heart center. Appreciate yourself for coming to your mat today, for taking time to focus on body and mind. Hope you guys enjoyed this power yoga class on a Monday. Great way to start your week. Have a lovely rest of the day. Namaste. Check out the schedule, check out the posts. Planet Granite Santa Clara has some live video, but so do a bunch of other of the Planet Granite Facebook pages offering fitness throughout the week. It's just now turning 4 o'clock if you need to leave on time. Otherwise, staying in your Savasana or in a seated meditation for a few more minutes. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a good rest of the week. I'll be back next Monday.